How to stick to your budget? There are several reasons you fail to be consistent with your budget. The first step to ensure a smooth financial journey is to have a monthly budget. Many people find it hard to stick to a budget consistently in the long term. Here are some of the reasons why they are unable to maintain discipline and what they can do to ensure compliance. First, it is too unrealistic. Don't think of a budget as the magic stick that will instantly take away your money problems. For instance, if you think you can suddenly start saving large amounts by controlling your lavish spending when you have been an impulsive buyer all your life, you will be disappointed. Similarly, don't expect to save large amounts if you have a low income and all your spends are on needs, not wants. What you should do now? Set realistic targets. If you intend to save, you will need to track your expenses for a few months before deciding which ones you can cut. You will also have to discipline yourself about your spends consistently before you can increase your savings. Also, be realistic about your financial situation, habits, and attitudes. Second, no spending discipline. Big spenders find it especially hard to stick to a budget because they are unable to control the outgo, leaving them either with no money at the end of the month or unable to achieve their financial goals. What you should do now? A good way to inculcate discipline is to fix your goals and automate savings. Once you know how much you need to save to reach your goals and the money goes out of your bank account as soon as your income arrives, it will be difficult to access money to spend. Importantly, get rid of your credit card to control the urge to spend. Third, inaccuracies in tracking and record keeping. You may have created a budget enthusiastically, but are you putting in the work to maintain it accurately? If you are not tracking every spend or forget to record it rigorously, you will not get a correct picture of your outgo and take wrong decisions or set unachievable goals. So, what you should do now? You can use a tracking and spending app or automated software or maintain a spreadsheet or simply keep a notebook to record your spending and do it regularly. Fix a specified time each day or in a week to do so. Fourth, you don't have goals. An easy way to justify your spending is that you have a lot of money lying in your account and you don't need it immediately. Spending this money is the simplest way to lose track of your budget. So, what you should do now? Identify all your goals, big and small, and fix the goal values by taking into account inflation. Calculate the exact amount you will need after a specified time so that you know how much you need to save each month for every goal. Fifth, your budget is static. A budget is not a static thing and will need to be changed with altered circumstances and life stages. A higher income could mean you can now save for an additional goal that was earlier beyond your reach. When you get transferred to a new city, or get married and have a child, or develop a medical condition, your expenses will rise. Your budget will have to keep pace with these changes if you want it to work. What you should do now? When the income rises, make fresh investments. If you face a salary cut, then remove discretionary expenses. When you have a child, then include new goals and increase your savings. Make your budget evolve with every financial development. 6. You are too strict. Your budget is unlikely to sustain if you are being too hard on yourself. If you cut out all of your and your family's dispensable fun spending like eating out or entertainment, you or your family will rebel sooner than later and kick out the budget. Just like a very tight diet that does not allow for cheat days or occasional binging is headed for failure, so is the budget that does not reward you for your efforts. Then what you should do? Make a provision in the budget itself for light spends or occasional discretionary purchases like eating out to let off the steam of following a tight budget. It will keep you and your family motivated enough to stick to the budget. 7th, you don't have an emergency fund. One of the biggest blocks while trying to stick to a budget is dealing with eventualities for which you have made no monetary provision. So if your house requires urgent repairs or you face a sudden salary cut or you fall ill and don't have sufficient insurance, your budget will go for a toss due to the big expenses. Then what you should do? Before you start work on your budget, build an emergency fund that is equal to 3 to 6 months household expenses. In addition to this, either buy health insurance or keep a substantial buffer to take care of your medical expenses. 8th, you forget big annual expenses. If you don't take into account the bigger expenses you are planning in the year, say house painting and renovation, or a longer holiday, or buying a bigger home appliance or furniture, your budget will go disturbed when you have to pay a large amount all at once. What you should do then? When you review your budget at the start of the year, make sure to include the bigger financial expenses you are planning through the year. This will help you calculate the extent of slashing or expenses required on a monthly basis so that you can save for the bigger expense. So, that's all for today. What do you think about these points? Let me know in the comment section. If you like the video, then do hit the like button. For more videos, subscribe the channel